Good afternoon, Miss Marcia. How are you doing?
Oh, I am excited. You could tell I'm fired up. I'm ready to go.
And I
I'm
just say
excited.
to the good people of St. Peter and by
Yes.
extension, all of Barbados.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Sir, I ask you to come on just in case people are wondering, what happened here. I asked Mr. Phillips to come on because I was just amazed at it wasn't even a full day. Is it a full day of rainfall? Not a full 24 hours, but people are flooded out in St. Peter. I mean, one man's house surrounded by water. And I want to personally thank you, Mr. Phillips, for bringing that to the attention of the people of Barbados.
Yes, yes, it must be said that this problem was, this flooding was a problem from as early as 1984. I was about 9 years old, living
Mm.
in stars, and every year our houses would flood. I don't mean seeping under the door, I mean water coming through the windows. And
What?
yes, and a guy even drowned in the salt pond. Another man's house was washed right down Church Street. So this Labour Party led government is aware, and yet, after so many years, they have done absolutely nothing to rectify the problem except half build a canal, which is
Okay.
totally still inadequate.
When was this canal built, sir? Can you tell me? I don't know. I just called you on. I didn't do any research. Educators, do you know when the canal was built? And if it's 1984, it would say, though, that is all of the governments, all the parties were responsible.
Yes, yes, all of the governments were had a hand in not doing what they were supposed to do. But St. Peter has always been represented by the Barbados Labour Party. And back,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, back in those days, there was a small canal which was completely inadequate, and houses were flooded even to the roof. A few years ago, they attempted to rectify the problem, but what they did is half did the canal. And
Why is it half done? Explain to us.
I don't know, they burn a lot
Mm,
of money. There's no excuse. The water is
mm,
coming from the center of the island,
yes.
all down through the rim, down through the bowling alley, just around the town, and then into the heart of the town. And people are suffering, people are losing stocks, people are losing property, and nothing is being done about it.
Yeah, and as somebody in the comment section, Sonny saying, they want to build on the gullies, such as Gibbs. They want to put up these big hotels and all of that, and that's one of the issues. I know the residents of Gibbs had a concern about flooding, in their community, there. Can we see this video on the screen, Dave? Thank you.
Let me show the good people of St. Peter what going on here. Look. I hear by a resident right here in St. Peter. And I ain't fooling you. Look, this is round the town. Church, see right there? You right here. Tell the folks about this what's going on here.
Yeah, the road out here needs fixing because all the water coming off the road because there's no proper guttering. And look, all this water here got my place that out.
It's not fair.
This is ridiculous.
You're paying taxes just like anybody else. Look at all this water. This is the same water that coming from the same bowling alley that going down to the salt pond. The government half did the job. Half did the job. My friend, I can make sure the whole of Barbados see your plate.
Thank you.
Yeah, wow. Uh, that is, ooh, that is something else. That is something else to have water all around your house, in that manner. I mean, that I mean, and how many? Probably 2 or 3 more days, as you said, it might come up to the window.
Exactly. And this is a problem going on for eons and all. So the government has absolutely no excuse. None whatsoever. If they were really caring, if this was a caring government, the government would have gone in and rectified the problem, and then we would not have this issue.
Now, while Dave finds another one, because I want you to see the plight of our fellow Barbadians, guys. It's important for you to see it. And as you know, I always say we can talk about it, but when you see it, you begin to feel it too. Because I could hear the hurt in your voice, Mr. Phillips, to know that this is something that has been there for so long and not rectified. Now, have you done a proper assessment as to what the problem is in St. Peter? What's the main issue?
On
You're coming in. You want to represent the people. So my thing is, have you assessed what the challenge really is here?
Yes, please. Now, the next video or footage that you're going to see is a road in Rosa that is flooded.
This is on the screen, the one on the screen.
Yes, but before you bring it on, they
Yes.
did they did some remedial work, but not sufficient. Perhaps if they
Oh,
were very serious, they would have gone in the gully and probably every 400 feet put a dam every 400 feet, and then before each dam, sink some wells. That water would then go into the aquifers and can be used for our drinking water, instead of people talking about using storage water to drink. So you can put dams every 400 or 500 feet and sink some wells. That will slow the rapid flow of the water downhill. So by the time it get into Rose Hill, by the time it get into Spikestown, it will be a trickle. I'm sure that engineers will consider that.
yeah. So do you have engineers on your team that would be able to advise? And also, have you done a costing on this?
I leave the governance for government. When we are elected, when the election is called, we will rectify this problem.
It. And I told them that just like I was grilling you here, when you come to their house, are all of them grill you the same way?
I tell my people to hold my feet to the fire, because this is not a game. This is the future of our people, right? And as I was saying earlier, this is not, listen, I didn't get in politics because I'm looking for a position. I live in 6 men St. Peter, and I realized that you could not drink the water, you could not cook with the water, you could not wash your clothes with your water, and you took a risk bathing with the water. And I said to myself, enough is enough. You had to pay the same water bill like anyone else. And I said, no, there's no representation in St. Peter. And sometimes when you want something done, you have to do it yourself.
Mm,
So I
wow.
will be a voice for the people, whether I am in government or, God forbid, in the opposition. It is people first, party second. And good people of St. Peter, I am telling you this. For me, it is your interest first and party second.
Well, listen, we are going to hold you accountable, sir.
Yes, you should.
I am dead serious. I am dead serious. All of you. And I say this, this is why somebody asked me, Marcia, how are you voting? Because it's going to call, sometime soon. And I said to them, Mr. Phillips, I want to see the people in my constituency. I want to document. I want to know what you're doing, so you and I can have a discussion. This is going to be that's how I do it. I mean,
In fact, look,
I'm obviously not sitting down with the government, because I've already seen what they can do. Any other opposition party come at my house, I can tell you, let us sit down. Let's go and drink some coffee and let me go through what you are doing. I don't care if you're my friend. I'm not joking.
in fact, I'll say this to you on air without fear or favor. People say to me, Phillips, Jason, you are putting too much out there for the other side to see. I said, listen, St. Peter is the forgotten parish.
Mm.
Whitestown is a town in name only. Where is the mini hospital in St. Peter? Where is the mini hospital in St. Peter or Spikestown?
Mm.
Where is the ambulance service? Why can't the Morris Bayer Polyclinic remain open for 24 hours and have an ambulance bay with at least 2 ambulances to serve not only the people of Spikestown and St. Peter, but the north? In fact, we should also have a substation with at least one engine, one fire engine. Having a fire engine in Spikestown or having a mini hospital will take the strain off of the QEH, which is only standing on one leg. In fact, for COVID, the Barbados Labour Party-led government had a fully retrofitted mini hospital in St. Lucie.
Yes.
And they could have used the Marcia polyclinic as something like fast track. And if it's something more serious, then they could shuttle people down to St. Lucie to that mini hospital. But no, they close it off and now they have it for another use. Totally and completely different to the intention of it. People must look at the issues. I'm asking people in St. Lucie, I'm asking Barbadians to look at the issues and vote. If your government is not working in your interest, vote them out. Give a representative or a candidate a personal vote. If you are
Yes.
fearful of voting for another party, give your candidate a personal vote. Gone are the days that we are just going to vote because we like a particular party or because somebody's going to offer you corned beef and biscuits. No. Vote in your best interest. And that's all I'm asking Barbadians, especially those in St. Peter. That's what I'm
Yeah.
asking.
Well, I want to say, continue what you're doing. At least there is the advocacy, because that's part of representing the people. There is advocacy, making us aware. Look at this situation. I don't know if this is St. Lucie or is it where this one is. This is a 432 number. 422. He's gone again. Excuse me, Dave. Where is it? St. Peter. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, this is my God. This is a long time ago. This can't be today. Huh? Wait, Jason.
Yes,
Jason
please.
Phillips. Is this today?
You mean the flooding?
Look at where the water is. This is a picture from a long time.
I'm not sure because
Okay.
that picture is not mine.
It's not yours, son. We don't know if it's I don't think it's AI, but I'm wondering if is this today.
Am I saying that's the Shamrock by the street lights in Spikestown?
Dave? Yes, Shamrock.
What I can say to you is that when I was a lad, the water would come through the windows, not under the door. I don't know if that particular picture is from today. I don't think so because I was in Spikestown. I didn't see the water that high in Church Street. But
Yeah.
when I was a boy, the water was that high. When the Coast Guard came for us in our houses,
Ah,
when the Coast Guard came for us in our houses in '84, they came by boat.
wow. What you're telling me?
And we spent 2 weeks at the Hillwoods Hotel because we could not live in our houses for 2 weeks. And this problem has not really been fixed. They half did the work. This Barbados Labour Party-led government is not a caring government. For the amount of money that they borrowed for this year alone, almost $2 billion, they could have done something to rectify this problem before it became a problem.
Wow, you make me want to do some research on the flooding, because I remember speaking to this historian and I could see his face. Can't remember his name now, but he told me that there was such great flooding in well, he was telling me about St. James. I didn't realize that it was St. Peter as well. I need to do something on that. It's quite fascinating. I mean, I didn't know of this kind of history in Barbados. Water coming up in your house to your window, and you had to get the Coast Guard. You all knew about this, guys? Wow. Oh wow. This is
Check out the flooding in Gilstaris Church Street, Spikestown, St. Peter. I remember as a boy seeing they had the little dinkies and they came through our gap in boats.
yeah,
In boats. No
in
lights,
both.
in boats.
I'm sending you some more, Dave, because people have asked people to send me stuff. And guys, you need to let me know if it's St. Peter or St. Philip. You know that or St. thing. You know, I don't know the difference. So you've got to let me know. Thank God Dave is here. Dave can tell me.
But
I
Marcia,
Yeah,
Marcia, where you saw me standing in the road with a river of water
yes,
about 3 or so months ago, I wrote the authorities about this, you know.
I see. Hmm.
I wrote them because this is just a stone throw from the member of parliament for St. Peter House. It isn't that he don't know. And some residents call me. They say they're not getting any representation. I wrote the authorities because when it gets worse, the water actually goes into the people's houses,
Yeah.
push away their cars and so on. This is a serious issue and it must be addressed.
Yes, 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 yes.
And when
Wow.
you hear me shouting or raising my voice, it's because I'm very angry.
Yes, yes, yes. Morris Greenwich gave us a full history on St. James. But I think we really need to go on. Jason, I'm going to reach out to you. We need to do some kind of special on the flooding situation. That's telling something is going to happen. I just have this feeling, a bad feeling. I think we need to highlight this problem here. Can you imagine if what happened in Jamaica had come here?
It's not even a hurricane. And we're having this kind of flooding. Imagine if we get a serious storm in Barbados, what's going to happen to people?
Oh my gosh. And all the thing is isn't this Mr. Phillips, this is part of what the former senator Crystal Haynes was trying to say in the Senate, you know, that when you put up a 9-story hotel, you're putting up more concrete. And what's going on, she's saying, is that right now the whole sewage system, the flooding, all these issues that they're having down there, you're putting a strain on the system. And one of her big concern was flooding. But she was pushed out of the Senate. She was fired.
Look,
Her seat was taken from her.
if government really wants to work on this problem in Pakistan with the flooding, start the canal from the wing. Fix the bridge in the wing, start the canal from the Wim and come down to St. Peter, but further up in the gully, sink some holes, some wells, and also a dam. Dam every 500 meters or so. And put the dams at various heights. So the one behind is slightly higher than the one in front, and sink some wells. You will slow the water. And
Wow.
every so often, have people go and clear the gully of rubbish and debris. And then
Yeah.
when you get into Spikestown by the fisherman pub, make sure that the sand is removed from under the bridge. Because a few weeks ago, in one of my videos, I pointed out that the bridge is completely blocked with the sand. So when the rain fell today, for hours, the water could not pass under the bridge and get into the sea.
Mm.
You can't sit in an office and manage a drainage. You have to get out and see what's going on.
Yes, yes.
We need proper representation in St. Peter. And I am ready, able, and willing to do that for the good people of St. Peter.
Yes, yes. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Phillips. Thank you for bringing this to light.